Why Twitch? Oh, wait. Now I see a live button, but do I see a feed? I do not see a feed. Why would that be? Just make sure I'm not streaming on twitch.tv/DND. One more time. Because I am terrified of that. Good. I'm not. They're doing their Furies thing. And my stream is just showing a black screen, which is really interesting. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay. Just my profile window wasn't loading. Okay. That's cool. Let me just tweet out that we're live. Loud typing. Okay. Okay, good. Alright, so you guys might be wondering what the heck I'm doing here, right? Well, we're going to be building a sandbox from scratch. Literally scratch. We're following the Warhammer 2nd edition rules called Renegade Crowns, and we're going to be creating a sandbox. It has a procedural setting. I ran through this process already once before, and it worked out really well. And so I want to do it again, and I want to do it live on stream. So it's also why I'm not going to play any music unless I play some music from Roll20. So because I don't want to get this thing muted, because I want this to stay up for posterity's sake. So it's been a hot minute since I've done a really long stream making a world. So I'm excited to do that. Also, I'm probably going to put myself over here just so I don't like interrupt the die rolls and you can see all the stuff that I'm doing. So with that all being said, maybe I should, I'll put on some background music from Roll20. Let me add a playlist. Oh, playlists are actually a folder. Okay. Aces High sounds good. Okay. All right. This is some good dark and gritty Warhammer map making skills. This will work fine. All right. So here's what we're doing. We're gonna roll on this table, which is on the next page here, for our geography types, and then we're going to determine the region and expanse of it and go from there. So the book originally calls for a 20 by 20 grid. I'm going to be a little more flexible here and going to use an entire thing of hexographer to do this. And I'm just going to kind of guesstimate how big this is. Right now this is what? This is like 60 by something. You know what? I'll just make a new one and I'll show you. We can do it together. Blank. Let's just make a 40 by 40. Like, this is the larger size one. This is technically 4 times the size of the one they wanted us to do. So let's generate the map. Alright, I can't listen to this Aces High. I'm sorry. I tried. I really did. Spooky. I'll take this one. 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 And this one. Please. And that one. And monster attack. That should be good. Alright. Xographer has loaded up the 40 by 40 grid. So let's get ready to go. So let's generate some geography. So I roll a D100. That's 74. Barren Hills, D% squares. So I got Barren Hills. So I'm going to need to roll a D100 to determine the expanse of the hills. 23. So we open up Hexographer. Let's get some Barren Hills. The Barren. Barren Mountains. Broken Lands. Maybe Broken Lands. It just might be these hills. I'll just use these hills. And how many did I say that was, guys? 23. So we're making 23 hills here. Oh, that's easy. I'm just going to pick like right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Cool. That's the first one. It's done. Following the procedure. Because I didn't get a special, I'm going to go ahead and continue and add 10 as a running bonus to my D100 roll. So I'm going to roll another D100 and add 10 to it. 54. Also, something probably boring. Scrubland Hills. I quickly rolled up and saw that it was a Scrubland Hills is D% squares. So once again, I'm doing that. Hey, what's up, Adam? Good to see you. So, talking and reminding myself of these numbers and keeping them in my head is annoying. But okay, so we're at 18. So I'm going to add 18, and this was Scrubland Hills, right, guys? 54? Scrubland Hills. As opposed to Badland Hills. Okay. Right. So, how am I going to distinguish that? I'm going to do Broken Lands, I guess, as the distinguishing. I mean, 74 is Barren Hills. Barren Hills should actually be this, because they're barren. And then I'm going to use this one for the Scrubland Hills. 54. Wait, why are there two 54s? Oh shit, do you see that, guys? There's two 54s. Hey, what's up, John? Yo, so there's two 54s here. I found a typo in the book. So it's totally actually Barren Hills. So that's fine. So that's 18. So I'm just going to make another set of hills. I'm going to put them over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18. Okay, cool. 18. And we keep going. Let's roll D100 plus 20 because that plus 10 bonus is concurrent. Okay, 55. Wow. Okay, more hills. We're certainly hilly. That's another D% for the number of spaces. It's 27 spaces. So I just remember, I want to make sure I get the right one. That was 55. 55 is Scrubland Hills and not Barren. So that's this type. This is the Scrubland. I'm going to put the 27 over here. 4, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. D100 plus 30. 61. Really low numbers here. Barren Plains. 71 Barren Plains. Wow. Okay. Rocky Desert, Sandy Desert. Barren Plains should just be like shrubland, grassland, poor grassland, right? There's no like wheat fields, something that would be more representative of plains, right? I'm not seeing that. Better. Barren Plains will absolutely be cursed. Don't worry about that. It should probably just be mud. Yeah, like dead grassland. Am I really quiet? It could be that I'm really quiet. I can move my mic closer to my face. Properties. It's set up to be my Yeti. I can check my recording devices real quick. Yeah, it's much better. Yeah, it was far away from my face, I think. Also just raise it 15%. Okay.
And so I said 71 shitty grassland scrublands. So this book has a really cool quote in it, and I want to quote and read it from you real quick about the idea of how bad this world's supposed to be. I'm gonna find the chapter of it because it's super good. Here it is. No, but it looks like this. It's one of these that looks like that. I think it's actually near the top of the book. Yes, here it is. Ilsa picked her way, and because it might be hard to read on screen, I'll read it out loud. Ilsa picked her way between another couple of bushes, cursing as the thorns caught her in her clothes yet again. They were in a fairly flat area between ranges of hills, and the bands of thorn bushes made travel difficult. I suppose this is why they're called the Badlands, she mused out loud. Actually, her guide replied, this is one of the most fertile plains in the area. Wars have been fought over it. Ilsa looked around. This is as good as it gets. So that's what we're dealing with, to give you an idea of misery and what scraps people are fighting over. So anyways, yeah, 61. This was shitty plains, right? Scrubland plains. 61, barren plains. Just mud, just thickets, right? And I rolled 71 spaces of it. So I'm going to crawl it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 48, 49, 50, 50, 60, 61, 62, 71. One thing I love about the randomization is that it means the mountains go wherever in defiance of geography. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so that's just barren plains. Ugh, that's just disgusting. Cool. And then we keep going. Now it's plus 40. Okay, 43. Forested plains. Here we go. Forested plains. I'm just going to use a light forest mixture for now. Let's put it down here. And, oh, I probably have to roll a D% for 41, right? No, 43. Forested plains D100. 53. 53 spaces of that. There we go. This is totally using hexographer. I'm just using the free version of it. I just grabbed it online to do this. The actual book itself recommends you use a grid instead of a hex, but I'm just using a hex because I like hexes. And we continue. D100 plus 50. So the idea of this is that it's waiting each iteration to get over 100. Because when you get over 100, something special happens, and then it resets the threat clock essentially to 0. You get a special event in the world. Perfect. Here we go. 136. So we roll on the special feature table, which is down here. God, I love doing this. I love having all of these stupid extra tables to roll on. I love tables. Fertile Valley. So one of these hexes, a single hex is a fertile valley. Obviously, it's going to be this area, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to put a nice little green moss. How about some nice farmland? Is there not a farm? How is there no... Oh, it's right here. Cool. And I'm going to make a note. I should make a note on roll 20 maybe. Or something else. I should make a note that says that's a fertile valley. Wait, I think this actually has a text. It does. Cool. So let's just call it this thing. Oh, fertile valley. How do I grab it? Come on, hexographer. I would like to select the text. Oops. Okay, fine. Whatever. That's where it is, I guess. Back to terrain. So that, after you roll over 100, it resets to 0, so we do some more just chilling and re-rolling. Basically, I just want the dice component here. D100. 12. Scrubland Plains. So it's not Badlands, that's Scrublands. Grassland, grazing land, poor grassland, shrubland hill, savanna. So it's probably shrubland. And I think that was a 12, D100. This is the Expanse, 68. Okay. And we keep rolling. Wow. Forested Hills. Forested Hills it is. Rolling really low. D100. 42. Are you making this for a Warhammer Fantasy role-playing game? Ultimately, yeah, probably. I just want to make one on record to see if I can do it, and I would love to do this in Warhammer someday, when my schedule allows. So let's do one more time. That was 42 spaces. And this was 16. Forested Hills, 42. Forested Hills, 42. So let's put them up in the hills. Yeah. Oh, this is nasty. Eric, run that game, please. I would love to. The fertile valleys a field from a field in England? Yep, I'd be down for that. That's kind of how I view Warhammer Fantasy. This entire world that we're doing, like the scope of this game, is to build just a really shitty Borderlands world and then come up with sort of provinces run by princes or principalities run by them, and then generate the relationships between these princes who run these towns. And so you can imagine just how like horrible in Warhammer Fantasy these princes are. And so you're just, you know, you might be doing some missions and you come back and the peasants have revolted against the prince, and now no one's here to pay you, or you're dealing with, you know, like a goblin tribe. I'm reading the Black Company right now, right? And I'm super interested in those types of politics, of being sort of the company aspect of an adventuring group. You're a startup, and you have to make deals with people, and just having sort of almost like a Stars Without Number mission board where princes are paying, or factions are paying for a certain amount for you to go do something. And you're not exactly sure if they're going to pay you. You know, there's like a lot of those types of problems that come into play. And then ultimately you get to, I want to see you grow and build your own principality, or take one over would be really cool, and have that sort of style of play. And I think Warhammer is really good with that. But also I would love to see like large-scale military conflict happen. Anyways, we do more generation. So I just did Forested Hills in the top left. I have no idea what I'm going to name these places yet, but that's just how it is. So D100 plus 20. Is there a weirdness with my audio? It's maybe because I'm talking and then maybe I talk away from my microphone. So I'm going to put my microphone in front of my face. I'm like talking at my camera while my microphone's over here, so... yeah. Or it could be your headphones. 76. 76. The way this generates is that every 0 is actually a river, which is special, but I'm not rolling those today. More Forested Hills. Okay. Works for me. I don't need Photoshop open anymore. I need more RAM. D100. 4. Okay, I roll 4 Forested Hills. Also, I guess the music stopped. Spooky. Okay, that's easy. Forested Hills for 4. Let's make these like a mixed hill. So those are probably special. And we go back to the drawing board. This time it's plus 10, 20, we're at 30. 74. Didn't I? Okay. Barren Hills. 50. 50 Barren Hills. See if we can somehow zoom out. Do you know how to zoom out of hexes? Make this smaller? No, that didn't work. Oh, here it is. Whoa, that's way too small. So my choices are either too big or too small. Okay. No, like, Goldilocks option here. Okay, so it goes. 50 Barren Hills, and I'm just doing it up here. 6, 7. I think I'm going to stop doing the actual math of counting and just kind of do more Bob Ross. This feels right. We're basically Bob Ross world building instead. Like 50. This is about 50. That's about 50. We're good. Let's keep going. So this is nasty. So look at this place. So there's Fertile Valley. Then there's freaking nothing of value around here. A nice rich forest. Some good hills here. Some cursed little trees. Full of sadness and woe and hiding beastmen and chaos. Yes, exactly. Cool. And we keep rolling. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. D100 plus 40. The threat meter ticks up. Rolling really low. 43. Wow. Forested Plains. It's a D100. 94 Forested Plains. So that's just one of these things. Let's start coloring in some other parts of the map. 94. So let's just color in this section here of the Great Forest. That's probably about 94. That's definitely 94. Cool. Let's keep going. Plus 50 now. What am I building a world for? I'm building a world for Warhammer Fantasy 2nd Edition. I'm using the supplement called Renegade Crowns. And it gives you a sort of a Borderlands generator. And it's a lot of fun. And I just felt like doing it for fun tonight. There we go. Special event. Roll a d10. 6. I don't remember what that is because I don't have these things memorized yet. A pool. What is a pool? Let's read what a pool is. A pool indicates a large body of still water with no visible source or outlet. The water may be fresh, stagnant, or tainted, or may not contain any life. A pool should generally not share a square with a river. Those squares are large enough that it's not impossible. Okay, a pool. I want to put a pool up here because that sounds sick. So let's do it. And let's see if the style text wants me to play nice with it. Pool. Yeah, Princess Mononoke. Yeah, you know up here is bad. You know something fucky is going on up here. If you guys are familiar with Warhammer. Basically, Warhammer is one of the few games out there that you kind of just get worse over time instead of better. Your life just gets worse. It's like playing Russia. It's just Russian history. The game. It's a lot of fun. I think it's really cool. I really want to capture the Adventurer, Conqueror, King vibe of these games. You guys being a small little factionary band, working themselves up as a startup, to ultimately having to deal with like a prince and like becoming a big part of the world and becoming sort of one of those movers and shakers of the world, and dealing with that kind of stuff before doing something else maybe. So, but I think we keep going. But the pool resets our threat clock, so we go back down. We do a D100. Okay, low rolls today. 8. Barren Swamps. Get fucked, Barren Swamps. Okay, D100. 94. Yes, the swamps. The swamps live. I think this is all gonna be swamp around here. Barren Swamps. Damn. Okay, let's find some barren swamp. Fungal forest. Forested wetlands, jungle wetlands, marsh, swamp, moor. Dead forest wetlands? I mean, I don't even know what this would even look like. Maybe I might mark it as steppe? Barren swamps. I don't even know what that means. I'm gonna look that up. Hold on, I'm gonna look that up. Because I really don't even know what a barren swamp is. Alright. Oh, okay. That's just nasty. Just nasty swamp. I like the pine... Oh, that's because I'm looking at the pine barrens. It's dry, barren land near a river. Yeah, okay. That's cool. That works for me. I will use this gray barren swamp. And what did I roll for it, guys? 94. So it just encompasses this whole area. I'm already imagining this swamp being called, like, the Sick or something like that. It's just nasty. Can you just cover an entire... Can you even do that? Would that even work as a swamp? I feel like that doesn't even work as a swamp. I'm pretty sure you can't do that. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in a different part of the map. I'll try not to erase too much. I'll put the swamp in the lower part of the map. And the part we haven't really explored in. We have plenty to fill in, right, guys? Bog, mummified, undead. Yeah, I think the game will guide me on what to populate in. But, yeah, let's just do it down here. Do. Big old chunk of death. The death swamps. No wonder this place is, like, not really a kingdom. This is a horrible land. Everything is barren except for this tiny valley in the middle of these hills. Man, I cannot imagine the number of deaths in this fertile valley. Oh man. How many wars have been fought over this valley? Obviously the name of this game will be this valley. Like, clearly that has something to do with it. Anyways, let's keep rolling. D100 plus 10. 27. Forested Mountains. And I think that was a D100, right? Forested Mountains, D100. 63, Forested Mountains. It's so fertile because of the blood watering the soil. Yeah. In fact, that's probably what people say it is, right? You ever want a place because of the proximity to whatever the ochre tiles are? Yeah, just... You mean the nastiness? That's all nasty. The ochre tiles are bad. This is all bad. 63. I feel like this is probably why it's a swamp, because it's just like drainage from the mountains. Which means I probably want some tiny bit of access that somebody will control. So I'll probably do that. Yeah, isn't it pretty handy, John? It's really cool. Something like this. That's pretty good. That'll work for me. And then we go back to rolling. Plus 20. 41. Barren plains. Just mud. This should be probably barren plains on the other side of these hills. That's probably good. And we continue. Plus 30. We're just going to do this to the maps filled out. Okay, special feature. 9. Don't worry, there's plenty more to do after this, guys. A waterfall. Okay, well, a waterfall clearly means there has to be a river. Makes me think that I could put a waterfall. Makes me want to put a waterfall around here, but then I'm really like stacking the deck with some good stuff up here. So I'm gonna make it down here. I'm gonna put it near the swamps, right? Like this is. I'm gonna put it right here. Actually, it's the waterfall, and yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. So I'll make a style text. Waterfall. Clearly there's some sort of river that flows around this area. Probably multiple rivers. Wow, I just rolled 100. Okay. I actually don't know what 100 is. Oh, it's a river. That makes sense. Okay, let's draw a river. I think I can use... Oh, cool. There's like a whirlpool symbol. Oh, this is actually a waterfall symbol. Okay. That's cool. These are good symbols. What was I doing? Oh, river. River, that's right. Alright, so it's probably custom lines. Styled lines. Probably one of these is a river. Freehand coastline, freehand river. Let's do a waterfall. So clearly it goes this way. And snakes into the river, into the swamp, right? Just like forks, just drains. There's probably some other ones too. I'm gonna draw another one into this river, you know. It's just nasty. This is a giant, just draining cesspit of sadness. Just another word for Twitter. Yeah. It's a delta swamp. That's good. I mean, this is good for a first pass, right? I'll probably touch it up before we do other stuff, but that won't be in the confines of tonight. Cool. So I rolled 100. I rolled a river. What do the rules say about rolling a river? If your result is a river, go to step 6. Add a river to your map. Add 10. Okay, so I still add 10. 34. Barren Hills. 39. And we were doing these for Barren Hills. Just nasty. Okay. And we keep going. 55. Scrubland Hills. 76 Scrublands. We were just using these. Hey James, what am I prepping? I'm prepping a Warhammer Fantasy game. How many hills? Was it 76? Just fill in this region over here. Looks good to me. 97. Barren Mountains. 1d10 times 50. So I got 50. The Barren Mountains. And 50 Barren Mountains. I'm thinking like right here. Okay. Plus 40. 92. Scrubland Plains, 1d10 times 50. 10 times 50 is 500. So 500 Scrubland Plains. That's a lot. That's pretty much this whole area. Let's say something like this. In fact, it probably extends into here too. It's pretty much just this all-encompassing southern space. 500. That's the maximum amount anything could be, and I just rolled it. Alright, still plenty to do. $56. Forested Hills. 81 Forested Hills. Let's find Mixed Forest Hills. Actually, it would actually kind of make sense to put them over here. I'm gonna override what my original thought was. But put them jutting up next to the mountains. I know I occasionally bump and hit a mountain and whatnot, but I think it's okay. Okay. We'll keep going. Plus 60. 71. Wow. Desert Plains, D100. 85 Desert Plains. It's probably up here. Do Rocky Desert. And almost done. Plus 70. Oops. Oh, there we go. Another reroll. That's a D10. What special feature do we get this time? A 2. A cliff. What does that even mean? Roll 1d10, multiply by 50, then add 200, the initial height of the escarpment. Okay. 8. 8 times 400, so it's a 600-foot cliff. A 600-foot cliff. I feel like that should probably go around here or over here. I'll put it over here just to keep things interesting. I should mark an icon for it. What would I mark the icon of it being? I'm not sure. Looking for something that might represent a cliff. Let's see, some kind of icon should do it. But what? What do I have to use? I'll just use a... Should I just use a symbol? I should probably just use a symbol. Maybe something like, elevation, freehand elevation. I don't care. That works. Works for me. Shit. Cliff. Alright, take care, James. Have a good one. Pool, Fort Valley, waterfall, cliff. I don't know why the text is different, but it is. But we're almost done, so we keep going. 99. Barren Badlands, 1d10 times 50. Okay, so apparently everything around here is also barren Badlands. Which doesn't really make sense. Barren Badlands should just be mud. Really, this should be mud. And I'm gonna move the grasslands up into the valley. And we will move this into here. obviously I need to add more rivers, which will be my next step when I'm done here. Yes. Baron Badlands. Who's the Baron of the Baron Badlands? Yes. Baron Badlands. Who's Baron of the Baron Badlands? Oh jeez. Styled lines. Styled rivers. So obviously this is no water goes here, so everything kind of flows this way. So I imagine water is flowing south this way. So I think it would make sense for things. There's some sort of what do you call it when rivers come together? Confluence. It's a confluence that leads down to the, I think that joins with a waterfall. So procedure for laying rivers? No, it's just kind of guess. It's probably something. I don't know if there's actually anything up here. If there is, it doesn't actually reach the pool anymore. This should be fertile. Let me zoom in. So it's a nice long river. Should probably be something else that kind of comes down. Feeds into that. There's probably something like this. And this kind of probably threads this, feeds in this way, and then just dumps. Not a great place to live, guys. Oh, obviously the valley must have something, right? This probably extends down into the valley. There's probably a water source that also goes through the valley. There's probably another third water source that bisects the valley. Maybe even a fourth. Yeah. So it's just a massive confluence. This also makes pretty good borders, right? So there's probably some, like, rivers make good natural borders. So this is probably a region. This is probably a region. Maybe this middle area is a zone, right? Yeah, controlling the rivers is super important. Okay, so, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, we've just finished our geography. Very few plants. Oh, it even tells you what they mean. So barren. Very few plants grow in a desert. This may be because there's almost no rain. The standard desert. Okay. Okay, now we start doing some ancient ruins. I'm also gonna get rid of this creepy music. Put on a sleeping dragon. Okay. Roll a d100, determine the number of ruins. Let's see if there's anything that specifically about it. You can roll on the table to determine the number of ancient ruins in your region. However, even more than usual, you're encouraged to choose. A large number of ruins makes for a dangerous region. Its politics are strongly influenced by the comings and goings of adventurers. So I probably want to use more than... I'm not going to roll for this. I'm probably going to choose... Actually, I'm going to roll, but I'm going to choose between 8, 9, and 10 ruins. Just roll a d3. 2, 9 ruins. Cool. Roll on the table to determine the type of ruins. Roll on the ancient menaces. Okay. So I should probably be getting a Word document out or an Excel sheet. Let's do that. Go along with this. Ruins. So we have 9. So let's just do them all piece by piece. So the first set is ruin type. So let's do it's gonna be 3 to 11, and we're rolling 9d10, 9d100. $14.49. So the first one is Arabian or Arabian. 49 is Khemri. So Arabian, Khemri, Toyota Camry. 33 is the Dwarven, Camry, and recent human. Dwarf, Camry, recent human. So I need to do 4 more. 35, 13, 31, and 8. Okay. 35 is Dwarf, Arabian, Dwarf, Arabian. Okay. Dwarf, Arabian, Dwarf, Arabian. Okay. Those are our ruin types. And then we roll our ancient menaces. And that depends on the type of ruin we have. It's hard to do with so many different things open. 90, 100 again. So our first one is Arabian. I roll a 26. Degenerate tribe. So, what was this called? Menace. I'm going to roll up what these are first and then put them on the maps, just so I can custom tailor where they go. My first thought when I think of degenerate tribe is swamp people. But let's keep going. That would also make really good cultists, though, so we'll see. Hey, Blue Light, what are you making stuff for? Warhammer Fantasy. 26. Next one, Khemri. I got a 70 for Khemri. Undead. Oh, by the way, here's a description of the Khemri. The scattered Khemri ruins are something of a mystery. The ancient Necarians, or Nehekarans, also called the Khemri, once ruled areas of the vast old world, including the borderlands. Fortress-sized buildings, larger ruins, and a pyramid. Massive, so they use a lot of stone. Full of mazes and horrors. It's much different than Rogue Trader. It's kind of like Black Company. It's like dark, gritty fantasy. Khemri, we got Undead. What were my other rolls? 24. Dwarf 24. Golem. Interesting. Another Khemri. Khemri 76. More Undead. Recent human. Something recent human. 53. Plague. Another dwarf. Dwarf 54. Plague. These might be related. Arabian 26. Degenerate tribe. Wow. Okay. 14 and 28. Wow, another degenerate tribe? For Arabian? Yeah. Okay. And dwarf was 14, which is another golem. What do they say about golems? To get an idea. Golems are self-moving magical constructs. Yes. They are not truly intelligent, but they can respond to a lot of different events. Thus, a warrior golem is good in battle, but cannot comprehend interactions. Golems survive in ruins, tend to be military, and were usually designed to guard part of the complex. Non-military golems are only found in undisturbed ruins. Golems disturb most inhabitants of the old world, tend to see them as creatures of chaos. This is not entirely false, as they were powered by magic. But they're designed to work for others, and therefore can be controlled. I like that dwarves have golems. That makes me think of the Dwemer from Elder Scrolls. As golems are designed to be controlled, use this control method. Okay, it's about controlling them. Alright, that works. Works for me. Let's look at degenerate tribes. They live in the ruins and descend from the original inhabitants and have no contact with the outside world, at least until adventurers arrive to disturb it. Larger isolated ruins. Because it's hard. Most are human because it's hard to understand how greenskins could be more degenerate. The tribe is degenerate and does not fully understand the remaining ruins. They may have religious prohibitions upon entering certain areas. See, this feels like doing stars without number. But I really like that all three of my Arabian tribes are all degenerate, which is interesting. It has to be related. But let's keep going with the training, or with the progression. So we just did the types, we did the menaces, and now we have to figure out the original purposes. That's the age. Here's the original purposes. So we roll 9d100 one more time. So let me make another column here. Purpose. So, Arabian 62. It's a settlement. Khemri 65. A temple. Dwarf 54. An outpost. Khemri 97. A tomb. Interesting. Recent human 53. A settlement. Dwarf 5. A fortress. I wonder if these are related. Arabian 38. Araby. Sorry, it's Araby. Araby 38 is an outpost. Dwarf 94. There's a tomb. And Araby 25. A fortress. Interesting. Keers. Yeah, Arabian seems like a strange name. Yeah, it's totally related. It's totally appropriative. To give you an idea, I mean, that's basically Warhammer in a nutshell. Most of these ruins were left behind from the Sultan of Araby's attempts to invade the Old World. As a result, they're not among the oldest, and they are recognized by human origin. Araby buildings often have domed roofs and distinctive onion-shaped arches over doors. Huh. Right. Yep, the 80s they just took ideas and obviously this is the Turkish. Yeah, it's Warhammer. Yeah. Cool. So we have our purposes. Now that we have to figure out the reasons for the ruins. Reason for the fall. 90-10. Okay. Three, famine. 2, enigma. Undead at a temple, and it's an enigma of why they fell. No one knows why. Interesting. 2, enigma. Interesting. Khemri, undead. This is our 4th one. 10, resource loss. Recent human. 1, civil war. Dwarf. 5, military attack. Araby. 3, famine. I wonder if all of them are going to be famine. Dwarf golem. 3, famine. Yo, something happened to the water, guys. Something happened to the water. Look at this shit. Famine. A lot of famine. All the dwarfs. Enigma, military attack, and famine. Okay. So clearly something keeps wiping out people. I love it. And Araby 9, which is policy. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if this fortress was like no food for anyone else. This is our food. And that cut off everyone out. Okay. Maybe. Interesting. I definitely think this fortress is going to be near the valley. Civil war because of famine seems pretty likely. What are we missing from the PDF? The Age of Ruins is what we haven't decided yet. So from the dawn of time there can be dwarves. So this makes me think for the first people who settled this region would be dwarves, right? So I'm gonna put somewhere between 5,000 and 3,000. I really like the idea that originally, well, I might modify this, but originally dwarves were the first people to live in this area. Araby are absolutely considered human, but not recent. Recent human means like within the last 100 years, 300 to 100, or even 100. No chaos, which is interesting. So let's see what else. Next is up is the Khemri, right? I think the Khemri came here next. So they were between 3,000 and 1,500. Sorry, let's put age. Oops. Let's color code it. so I can see what's going on. Next up were the Araby. I think the Araby will be historical to old, so 1500 to 300. Oops. And these guys were probably like 100. Let's put 100. Okay. So we keep going. So we got our ruins there. And so clearly dwarves... So let's look at our map, right? Let's look at our map and try to figure it out. Boy, so this place hasn't changed much. Where would be some dwarf ruins? Let's see, some symbols. Icons, I guess, for fortresses. Cathedral? What we put them? Landmarks? Ruins. Here you go, Ruin City. Yes, the cliff, for sure. So there's a dwarven ruin. Ooh, oops. Do I have to zoom in on that now? I do. Damn it. Ruin City. That doesn't show up well. Near the cliff is the dwarven outpost. No, that should be the fortress, right? The fortress. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys are already like the dwarf fortress. Yeah. Okay. Yay for unreadable text. Great. More ruins. So that was the dwarven fortress. We did it. This golem, this tomb. Need a tomb. Maybe it's probably back here in the mountains somewhere. Symbols, icons. Is there like a gravestone? Perfect. Oh, the Fertile Valley. Well, these are hills, not mountains. These would be the mountains. Yeah. Let's put it over here. Here, so it has sight of the pool and valley. So tomb. And then there was an outpost. Probably somewhere in the valley. Maybe like here. probably between. Yeah, let's say it's in these hills. So icons. Let's put a little camp symbol. Outpost. There we go. Okay. So at the beginning of time, the dwarfs ruled these lands. Okay. Let's see. Custom styled lines. Okay. Cool beans. So we have our dwarves. Our dwarven settlements are set up. Then we have our Khemri. Our 2 Khemri places. We have a Khemri tomb. And a Khemri temple. Most of the... Okay, so these Khemri must be super remote. Part of me thinks the Khemri temple might be up here. Or even up here. Maybe there's the tomb. The temple's on one side and the tomb's on the other. Khemri in the desert? Yeah, so that's like over here. Okay. Yeah, that would make perfect sense, wouldn't it? In the desert. Actually, it should just be in the desert. Just straight up in the desert. So, a shrine. Wow, you can't see that at all. That's a horrible idea, Eric. Okay. Temple. And I think the tomb will be up here, like, yeah, like a tomb of kings kind of thing. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking for the Khemri. The Khemri came from the north or the east, and they crossed this shitty land, and they made it to the desert, and they were like, no more. This is it. This is as far as we're gonna get. Not knowing the fertile valley is just like right here. So this is just their testament to their giving up. Let's see. Icons. I need a tomb icon. Oh, they actually had a pyramid. Oops, that's way better. Oh, wait a second. I probably have to do this. Here we go. And now let's come up with a tomb, which will also be another grave marker. Tomb. Yeah, or like for in this case, it's probably a prince and religious official, probably one of the same. It was probably like the god prince or something like that. Oh, this just feels so sword and sorcery already. This is what I want. This is what I want in my life. I want things to feel sword and sorcery. Our Khemri are done. Now our Arabian or Araby. They actually made it to the fertile place. So obviously The fortress needs to go in the valley, right? But that, okay, so hold on. There's an Araby fortress with a degenerate tribe in it. That wouldn't make sense for that to be there. See, I was thinking these ruins were cleared out, and that somebody's living in those ruins in the fortress there. Yeah, because these are remote. These are degenerate tribes. Clearly, how did these guys get wiped out? Policy wiped these guys out. Where would nobody find them? Oh, they fucked up the swamp. They made the swamp. Dude, they made the swamp. They fucked it up. Yes. Yes. Oh, man, there's a fortress, like, in the middle here. The sunken fortress. Oh, yes. Yeah, they fucked up so bad. Oh, they fucked up. Oh, man. Oh boy, they fucked up real bad. Then now the other ones, the other degenerate tribes. An outpost lost to famine. It would make sense then maybe they're up here and the other ones around here. Like in these Badland areas. The swamp led to... This used to be like the breadbasket. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Know what this is? Know what happened? I think the dwarves, to build and do their shit, I think the dwarves built some sort of like levees and things, and I feel like they probably fucked with them and they broke them. They couldn't fix them. And so now it like just the water just gushes out and floods them. They couldn't do anything about it. Like the outpost, probably there's probably one up here. Like that's part of the cliff, maybe. Like maybe there was something, they blew it up. And so basically they just caused this massive river. So really the reason why it was fertile was because the dwarves accidentally were doing it because they needed to divert water for their smelting and stuff like that. And they're like, wait, but if we can get even more water, we can make this place even more lush. And no one stopped to decide whether or not they should. And things fucked up. And then things went from bad to worse. There's probably one over here. Let's put one in this valley. Ooh, what if this is actually dead? This water is actually dead because they actually accidentally sealed the one over here and they couldn't no, that means there would be a dwarf thing. Maybe there's a dwarf thing over here. And that's like near the water. It would make sense. Even though I didn't roll it, it would make sense. So I'm going to do it. So symbols, no, icons. It's just a outpost. And that means that this custom line, this dialed line, delete it. And I'm actually gonna make like a gray one. Because it's dead. And so now we're gonna make a little camp. Happy little outpost. Happy little village. Happy little degenerate village. What games? Sword and Sorcery, Wildwood. Yeah. It's a good question. Wish I knew. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So there would be Fortress, Airby Village. And then another one died of famine. So there's probably another dead river. Maybe this is why it's all dead over here. It's because there's another like set of locks and stuff that stopped the water from going. Ooh. Oh, that would make a lot of sense. All right. Let's do it. Icons. Village. Sword and Sorcery, isn't that D&D? No, D&D is a little... I mean, you can kind of do it, but, like, it's really not. It's far too magical. It's not depressing enough. Dwarves had the most time to mess with everything being there first and all. Yeah, they built so much shit, and they have golems. They had golems responsible for managing the water, and obviously they fucked up after they died, causing these problems and shaping the geography of this place. Essentially terraforming. So now, yeah, dwarf-made climate change is exactly what happened. They fucked up the rivers, and because of this, things have shrunk. Like, this is all now, like, practically desert if it weren't for the rainfall. In fact, there probably should be desert. Then why are the mountains forested? Maybe because the water the water doesn't run into that. It just all runs down. Yeah. There should be some more rivers going this other way too. Let's just run like this. Interesting. Hold on. That doesn't work. I don't know why this is the way it is. Maybe it's like that. I don't know how rivers work. Works fine by me. So basically, this flows down. And then why does it curve back down this way instead of going this way? this water also starts to turn when really it should just flow pretty much just straight down. Yeah, there should be hills right here. Just do grassy hills. Let me read your description, my friend. Sword and sorcery is defined by the contrast between decadent civilization, the barbarian wilds, religion, and magic as ancient, villainous, creepy forces, heroes as outsiders from both mainstream culture and the cultures of origin, application of low cunning in addition to physical force. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. Yeah, sword and sorcery has definitely the dichotomy relationship between a decadent civilization and not necessarily the noble savage archetype, but there's definitely something to that. That's definitely a huge force. It's kind of punky in a way. Let's see. Yeah. Old Conan is literally the touchstone of sword and sorcery. The days after the rivers drank Atlantis. You know, that kind of stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Howard, right? I see what you did there, drummer boy. Swordpunk is edgy. Seriously. Okay. We have to still do some human ruins and stuff, right? We're not done our ruins. This is oh, this is like Godzilla monster attack. That was not clear to me. Okay. I just want to listen to some kind of background music that's not crazy. It's really loud. Enlightened Wanderer is better. That's a way better way of phrasing it. Yeah, because I know it. I didn't want to say noble savage. I don't want to use that's not it. But I didn't know. I was struggling to come up with the words right, and that's much better. You honestly hate all the music on Roll20? Yeah, me too. But I need to do something that won't get me blocked by YouTube. We had one more Arabian settlement. No, I think we just did that, right? 1, 2, 3. So we're done the Airbnb. 1, 2, 3. So the last one was the recent human village that was lost to plague. Let's put it around here, in the unknown, the unclaimed reaches. Did the music just stop playing? Why? But why though? Not sure about this. Okay. Goddamn band-aid on my finger. It sounds... It's too weird. Like... God, all of these... It's just so weird. Alright, anyways, back to designing. So the recent human one is on the map now for the plague. We don't know the name of it yet, but we'll figure it out. Hey, is this a western end of a war-torn land, like a western march? Yeah, it's a Borderlands for Warhammer. What's up, AP? This is our world so far. It's really bad. Like, it's not a good place to be in. Where is the keep? The fortress is down here. The human fortress is right here. Looks pretty hexographer. It is very hexographer. That would be correct. Plague town. I just put recent village. Okay. We go back to here. Okay, we're almost ready to do the princes. Now we come up with our recent history. If you're on time, you can skip this step altogether. You can simply write the names of power blocks and their dates. The ruins that generated the impact history will have that on the campaign. On the other hand, if you want more detail, a dwarf stronghold destroyed by plague could be the Burning Pox of 35, which swept across the entire region. A Chaos Temple. Active at the time of the Khemri outpost, destroyed by magic, or the foundations for an epic battle between undead kings and ruinous powers. Holy shit. Don't worry about the more recent history of the area of the last 50 years. You'll regenerate this as you work through the next couple of chapters. Okay. Let's do some princes. How many princes should this place have? Let's look at it. I feel like this is a principality. Let's start using styled lines to do this. Major borders. 5. Let's do 5 princes. That works for me. I fucked up. Here we go. They actually don't have the hills. They just have this. That's going to be Princely Region 1. Can I choose something else that would show this better? They should follow rivers more. My rivers suck for that. Unless you mean then this whole region is 1. This is 2. Okay, actually, let's do that. Quickly grabbing. Like that's 1. Fucked it up. Here we go. This is 2. Well, I mean, I don't think this guy controls these woods, right? Like, I feel like nobody controls these woods. So maybe it is just, like, the border of this. Like, they try the best they can, but, like, this is about as far as they get. So this is huge. So there's 1, 2, 3. Clearly this is 1. Part of me thinks then this is 1. The dash line through the woods show it's contested. Oh yeah, you fucking know. You guys fucking know that those two guys are fighting in those woods all the fucking time. All the time. Down here's 1. Technically, they own the woods up here too. Which means this is open. This is open contested. No, these guys got to own down here too. Or maybe this is just its own little faction down here. I kind of like that. So the guys surrounded, like, basically just this, like, tiny... which means that then there's this faction that sits in the middle. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what the fuck's down here? The only reason this one has been conquered is because the woods hold each other back. Yeah. Well, it's this area over here. It's not really conquered. Maybe it's part of the waterfall group. No, I guess it would make more sense then if it's these dudes. These dudes own it. Oh, shit. No, I just deleted a river. We have to redraw these lines again. Which means they don't really follow the river line. Well, it's maybe because they do only control legally this part, but maybe they actually do exercise domain. Good things the borders were along that river, right? I don't know. Should that actually be another little tiny barony? Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be a barony, guys. It's got to be another tiny little one. Okay. Fucking... Dude, there's got to be a town right here. There's got to be an independent... To make it even worse, there has to be a little independent city-state, or like the waterfall town has to be right in the trio where 3 people have claim to. Yeah, that place is just a fucking nasty zone. Okay. Let's start generating up some princes. So now that we have our principalities... One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 princes. Princes have a type, so let's make up our type of princes. And princes have a D100. So let's roll a D100. Okay. 62, 19, 99, and 91, 92. Wow, okay. 60, 62, 1, and 47. Let's look at the list here and make sure I just jot them down right. Yo, is there a process here, or is Warhammer still at Warhammer? Yeah, no, there's my process is based off this document. And it's all based on doing the first part's a type of prince. And I actually got I got a wizard. One of my guys is a wizard. One of my princes is a wizard. I have a wizard prince. But let's do the list here. Just so it stops minimizing, I want to put it off to the side. Or I can actually just shrink this, right? This would be the smart thing. 62, 19, 99, 91, 92, 60, 62, 1, and 47. Now we convert these. Mercenary, bandit, wizard, politician, mercenary, bandit, and knight. Interesting. The wizard prince in the solid stone atop the waterfall. Yeah, that would make sense why this shit's like no one fucks with that shit. Nobody fucks with the tiny domain because it's a fucking wizard. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh man, that's so good. No one fucks with. Oh my god. So there's, dude, the wizard doesn't live in the waterfall. The wizard lives in that city. Oh my god. So that city that sits in that area right here. This area. No, that's the fucking wizard's domain, and no one fucks with it. Everyone knows like that they want it, but that wizard lives there, and everyone's just like, no one's. I ain't fucking with that wizard. That's his spot. Let's just contest each other at the rivers up north. We ain't fucking with no wizard. Oh, that's why it's. Oh man. Okay, that's good. All right, this music though. It's like, why? I just want something I can listen to forever. We determined the princes, right? Politicians are rare leaders because they do not generally have access to the force. In many cases, another military moves in. Most inherent power, these courts and titles. Very few change things once they obtain power. They have skill at manipulating the old system. Their preferences. Okay, so they wrote on the backs of military people. Oh, the rumors, the stories of the wizards and the ancient. Oh my god, the fucking wizard. Holy shit, dude, yeah. Oh my god, the wizard's the fucking king from the fortress. He just never died. That's what And that was the policy he left. He's like, y'all fucked up. I'm out of here. Oh, he's like, you pay for these mistakes. Oh, he doomed them to never be able to leave the swamp. Oh, that's so good. Oh, get fucked. Get fucked. Princely races. I guess we have to roll their princely races, right? Oh, I don't want to roll for that wizard. The wizard's obviously other, right? Let's roll for the rest of them. It sounds like Band of Brothers credits. 80, 100. Motherfuckers. Okay. 9. An elf. Okay, guys, I had a 1% chance. I had a fucking 1% chance. Got it. Nailed it. Nailed it in the first try. Okay. So we have a mercenary elf. We have a 70, which is a Empire bandit. Oh, can I do that? Oh, wait, I can do that now? You're on fan burst? What are we doing listening to this garbage, drummer boy? Why didn't you say that earlier? God. All right. Yeah, now we can do this. All right. So, we just did our 70, which is Empire. 18 is a border prince. Oh, I like that the border princes were born in here. The other one is an Empire. So he clearly moved out here. 62 Empire. 99 other. 88 other. And 66 is an Empire. Maybe one day there'll be a drummer boy tab. One day. We can only hope. We can only hope. Elves are too rare for generalizations to be made. Most people believe that all elf lords are wizards. Rumors that most encourage, but it's not true. Most people believe that all halfling lords want to turn the realms into a giant pie shop. This only happened once. It's Max the Glutton. Alright. Take care, Luke. This is good. Alright, let's determine the current prince career. So 90, 100. It doesn't make sense for some of these people to not have... Hold on, I got human other. However, you might want to make one of the princes unique. He's almost certainly the only prince in the whole region, so adding him to the table is inappropriate. In addition, however, you might want to make a more unique prince in the region. Make prince almost anything you can think of. I'm really tempted to make the wizard a demon, but I think it's even better if it was an immortal an immortal wizard. So let's just run with that. So we're gonna make this guy 6th. Let's say career. This is basically how experience. Also, the elf must be pretty old. No, maybe the elf's just getting started. They got obviously someone who got exiled, right? I actually don't know that much about elves in the fantasy, Warhammer Fantasy. So let's just roll 8d100. 15, 2nd. It's interesting, those are pretty new. 75. 4th. Pretty standard veteran. Our politician. 1 is 1st. Oh boy, he's brand new. That's good. The Empire one is 91. It's 5th. Mercenary. 53. 3rd. 21. 3rd. 3rd. 90. 4th. Okay. Personalities. I need to roll 90-10. What does career do? Career is in Warhammer your class, essentially. So being on your 4th career means you're super experienced. Think of it like life paths in Burning Wheel. That's a good way of thinking about it in terms of power and scope, is like life path options. They're very closely related. Slash roll 90-10. I'm doing this for princely goals. 3. It must be mine. It must be mine. The prince wants to rule a large nation. He wants to grow his shit. 9 for the bandit. This power is mine. What does that even mean? The prince wants to remain a prince. Some restrictions on his power and some loss of territory are acceptable if they make his position more secure. He provides a banner around opponents can rally. The principality must dissolve instantly in the prince's death, but as long as it doesn't super fan, the prince is happy. He doesn't give a fuck as long as he's still prince. Prince is prince. Makes me think that this thing is named after him. Yeah, poor first career politician. I know. I know. That place is a fucking disaster. I think I'm gonna put him in charge of the shittiest region, like the place that's most hotly contested in the first place, just to see it fucking crumble. Wizard. What was the wizard's goal? Let's look at roll 20. 1. By my command. The prince wants to be able to tell his subjects to do anything or suffer anything and have it happen without question. Yep. By my that makes sense. Nobody disrespects the wizard. Nobody fucking even mentions the wizard. Everyone just ignores the tower. Your lives are much better if you do that. Oh boy, here comes our politician. Here comes our first border prince. Our baby. 9. The power is mine. That he's so fucking terrified of being the leader that he never wants to give it up. He can't. That makes sense. The 5th Empire politician, the fucking old dog who's held on to his stuff forever, is by my command. Interesting. This guy must be like a Mussolini, you know? This guy must be the politician. This guy just has a cult of personality about him. For sure. It's just everyone loves him. Or her. But let's keep going. 2. Marvel at my wondrousness. Honor, glory, praises. Prince wants it all. They just want... Oh, this is... Okay. Interesting. Marvel at my wondrousness. Seven. Give me liberty. Or a moment to run away. The prince wants to survive. Bandit. Let's see, what's this bandit? 5. For the love of the children. That makes sense. They want a progeny. And then knight. 2. Marvel at my wondrousness. Oops. Interesting. Now we come up with principles and styles. Principles. Styles. So this is 2d10s. So 18d10. Let's do it actually one at a time. No principles. What's that? Six has a principle. Or wizard has a principle. Let's get to business. Interesting. Ten is no morals. 5 is I wouldn't expect you to understand. Which is they are superior. They are haughtily superior. Which would make sense. They're a politician from the Empire. And they think they're a step up from everyone else. 3? We're all friends here. I don't know exactly what that means, but we'll keep going. Oh, hey guys, welcome. We are building a world together. We're Wayland Yutanning up a Borderlands world, and we're developing our princes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are just trying to get through, it's called the Renegade Crowns part from the Warhammer Fantasy role-playing game, and we're basically just setting up a generic Borderlands place with competing princes. So it's gonna be good. Oh, this is the okay, it's the Roll20 break music, drummer boy. You're here. You heard there were dragons, and you're here for the lucky shaft. Interesting. Have you mixed up principles and styles? Oh, I totally have been mixing them up. Well, that's fine. We're all friends here. Let's see. The last couple are the last 3. 2, 8, and 9. 2 is follow your instructions. 8 is honestly you'd embarrass a retarded snotling. What? The prince enjoys telling others they're ugly idiots. Okay, I put snotlings. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Niren. And what was the last one here? 9. You have my permission to rise. You have our permission to rise. Okay, let's do it again. Yeah, it's the 2nd edition Warhammer, my friend. Wow, it's a lot of 7s. Now we come up with our principles. 9 is... What's that? Oh, no. Wait, 9 is... Yeah, no, 9 still... What's that? Wait, did I get mixed up? Oh, shit, dude. I think I just got my wires crossed. For some of these. Hold on. I gotta redo these. 9, 10. What's that? 6. Where's my bond? 10 is what's that? These are styles, or principles. I like that the wizard is my word is my bond. I like that a lot. Everyone else is just completely without scruples. 5 is kill the mutant. 3 is true nobility. Is this the politician guy? No. Okay. Oh man, this guy must be a xenophobe. No, I'm doing principles. Principles is here. Impus. Yeah, hey, what's up? I saw you tweeting at me earlier. Hope you're doing well. I haven't had a chance to run or play Warhammer Fantasy on my radar, something I really want to try. Yeah, I really want to run this when my schedule clears up. I really want to just do like a sandboxy game with it. So yeah, so this person's been keeping power so long by just being like, oh, there's so many mutants, keep me in charge, martial law kind of stuff, probably. True nobility. What's this guy's principles? Let's see, 5, 3. I need 2, 8, and 9. 2 is death monsters. This guy really doesn't want... He's got elected or forced to be running because he wants to kill monsters, but he clearly doesn't really want to. 8. What's that? What's that? There we go. And now we're doing styles. 9 is you have more permission to rise. These all have descriptions, by the way. Yeah, you guys all want to play. That's good to know, because I don't know who's going to play this yet. Permissions to rise. Your prince comports himself like a lord. He expects everyone to realize their intrinsic inferiority. So he's a real pompous son of a bitch. Of course, there's an elf. He's superior, right? It's not so much that they have power like that. It's just that they have the haughtiness of an elf. They think themselves superior. That makes perfect sense. I'm extrapolating or interpolating what I think of elves from Warhammer. 9 is you have permission to rise. 7 is let's get to business. So this guy, this bandit emperor is just straight up pragmatic. You could work with that person. The wizard style is also let's get to business. 6. My word is my bond. Oh wait, no, I just added that one. 6 is let's get to business. Okay, a lot of getting to business. 7, 7, 6, 8. Honestly, you would embarrass a snotling. Wow, boy, whoever this fifth politician is a real jerk. They've been around for a really long time. They've been around for a really, really long time. They rule by my command, which is just like your authority. It's all about let me show it. The prince wants to be able to tell his subjects to do anything or suffer anything without question, right? He just wants to be an absolute dictator. And he's truly a despot. And their principle is to kill the mutant. The prince cannot make use of powers of chaos, and he opposes chaos cultists whenever they appear. Princes and the principles at all also have this one, making it closing to a moral consensus the area can manage. Oops. And then the snotling, he also demeans everybody. Cool. So he's a vitrolic dickbag. Okay, let's look at our first mercenary. Our mercenary style. 4 from the left, so 2. Death to monsters. This one, 8. Snotling, also a jerk. So this one's not only a jerk, but also wants to get away and survive no matter what. Boy, that person's not great. Bandit. I love making these. I love how it makes these leaders super flawed. It's so awesome how flawed this stuff is. I love it. I love it so much. Because then we're also going to make relationships between these, which is really fun. Bandit. Let's see. 7. I think was save the let's get to business. A lot of business. A lot of these guys are very pragmatic. And then the knight. 3. We're all friends here. This prince treats people like friends. He may do this to everyone or only certain people he's worked with. He doesn't expect formality, is happy to listen to criticism, and even copes with jokes. Wow. So the knight's a nice guy. The knight's a nice guy. Or I want him to be surrounded by assholes though. Oh. Okay. This is good. I feel like I won't know where to put these knights or where to put these princes in the domains. For those who are just turning in, we have this world that we set up, and we kind of set up these regions, these borders. So like this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8. And so these are where all our princes are gonna go. We'll see. Knight and wizard are besties. I don't know if that's true. I definitely want to put the knight down here. And the reason why I think I want to put the knight right there is because the knight's going to get fucking shit on and trampled on by everybody trying to attack each other. Or maybe that should be here because this is the part everyone needs to go to. The big one is definitely the politician. No, you're absolutely right. The big one has to be the politician. Where is Winterfell? We don't know. I don't know what the actual weather is and that stuff. But we did come up with that the history of our world is really interesting. The dwarves controlled a bunch of levees and stuff for the rivers, and using it for their smelting and stuff before their civilizations ultimately faded away. Well, invaders came in, and they started colonizing this realm after the dwarves left. And they started fucking around with the dwarven stuff, and they broke some of the levees, and so that's why some of these rivers are dry and other ones are just flooded, these swamps and stuff. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's kind of an arid riverland. It's kind of like a savanna almost. But we'll get to where these people are when we're done with our princes. We still got more to do. Once we've done our styles, we do our secrets. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. I made 9. Do I have 9 regions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8. Clearly, I need another region. Where does this region go? Probably down here. Yeah, Eastern Washington. Part of me thinks that it should go in here. Too many players in too little space. Make a region wholly encompassed by another region. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing this area right here. This little like island place to cut off. Pretty much this. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. I'm just gonna do this. This little sliver. So clearly this island area gets fought over all the time. There we go. Easy. Easy peasy. Now we come up with secrets. So that's 90-10. Is that the little politician? Ah, yeah, it's gotta be the politician. Oh my god, they're both politicians up there. One's the experienced fucking glory me, and the other one's like, I'm a reformer. I'm a reformer. Look at me. I want to institute great policies for us, everybody. Oh. Yeah, and they're related. They have to be related. He ceded that thing to like his little brother or something like that, right? 90-10. The elf's a wanted criminal. Of course they are. Of course they are. Because they're fucking... they got kicked out of the elf kingdoms. So of course they're a criminal. And so they served exile. Of course. Oh, son-in-law. Yeah, son-in-law is perfect. Yeah, and in-law is really good. Yeah, they're absolutely related. I'm not even going to make up that part of that relationship so much as that I know they're related. Oh my god, no, totally, because the politician who's new is from the borderlands. Like he was raised here, and so clearly he was given like a nepotism, like nepotism. Anyways, let's keep going. So we got our wanted criminal. We have a 1771. Act of virtue. So So this person did something good that he's hiding from his populace. Yeah, we need to keep on the Borderlands. There will be one. Speaking of which, I'm totally doing that for Torchbearer. Oh, do you guys want to see? I'll show this on screen because it's really cool. I'll show you what I've been working on for it. This I'm making the graphics for it, and I'm totally going all out for the 80s arcade game for it. I'm gonna have the smoke animated and stuff like that, but it's like, can you just imagine the press start or like quit right here in the menu and on the music and stuff? I'm totally going for that vibe with that game. Like I have my buddy Virgil he's also in the game, is writing up some 8-bit music for it. It's gonna be super good. Yeah, like Golden Axe. Golden Axe. Yeah, like just it's super. I'm gonna love it. Anyways, all right, wizards. What's the wizard's secret? That was 1-7, so it's a 7. A 7 is a strange hobby. Okay, the wizard has a strange hobby. I'm not sure what that is yet. So does the politician. Oh, the new politician has a strange hobby. Okay, that's adorable. Of course the fucking vicious ass, I've been here, seen it all, done it all politician has an act of virtue as a skeleton in his closet. Oh, we do a pixel fade when you press start? Absolutely. Absolutely, that's how we were. I'm gonna have an animated video for the start of it. Oh, dude, I love that this politician has an act of virtue that he's hiding from the people. Oh, it's so good. Oh, no, yeah. Shadzar, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have pending logos, so like controller, player select, like, and have it pending, and then like it turns on, and it's like new player has joined, and it's like sign me to in sequential order. Yeah, player 1 has joined, player 2 has joined. Exactly, Naren. So let's do our third mercenary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're at 3. What is 3? A chaos cultist. Oh boy. Alright. So the guy's death to monsters. Ah, this is really good. Of course, he's a true noble. Of course it's a true noble. And of course they're a chaos cultist. Ah, it's so good. Oh boy. Oh, that's gonna be good. Our self-serving mercenary. They're a 6. They're a secret agent. Wonder who they're working for. Bandit. A 5. An open book. I don't even know what that means. So a secret agent, the prince is actually working for a greater power. He might be an agent of the Empire, or a great cult of the old world, or even a wealthy merchant. His actions are not necessarily his own best interests or those in his fief. He's part of a larger game plan. Interesting. But I want the open book. The prince has no secrets. He may be a vile criminal, but everyone knows that. Interesting. Okay. He's a bandit. So he's probably like just, he shamelessly murdered a bunch of people. What about the knight's secret? What is the knight's secret too? Black sheep. Of course they are. They're truly a knight, and they belong to somebody's child that they don't actually know is out here. A member of a prestigious family. And they would find that being a prince out here very embarrassing. That's good. That's good shit. Yo, just the secrets column alone is like worth this book. That's so good. Now they're quirks. You can reference 210 distinguishing marks to generate physical quirks, but most princes also have psychological oddities. Cool. So let's think about this. So I have to get up the other. I have to get open my fantasy book. 1 second. Go to my drive. I have to get my Warhammer fantasy book proper. RPGs. Here it is. Download. Here's the distinguishing marks. Aren't elves perfect? Isn't that a thing? I feel like they don't have a... I feel like they wouldn't actually have a thing like that. But I don't know. Elves are fair and statuesque. Yeah. Burning wheel joke. Yeah, let's just roll some stuff. So they don't have a physical mark, but they maybe have a mental thing. So roll a d10. An 8. They're religious fanatic. Interesting. This is probably why they got kicked out. He's converting something into some weird theocracy to something. Probably some elf god. I have no idea what that is. People probably don't like it. This bandit that's been around forever, he's going to have both a physical and mental. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, wait. Distinguishing marks are actually 100. 65. Missing eyebrows. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if they do. Is there something about elves and signifying traits for elves? Nope. Okay. Well, we're just gonna do it this way. D100. 96. A small bold patch. This totally makes me think that this elf was struck by lightning. And where he got struck, that's why it's bold. And that's also why they're a religious fanatic. Let's see. This is a D10 for the mental quirk. Roll twice. 5 and 1. Irrational hatred and bizarre temper. Interesting. I don't know if you're misremembering, but that's kind of crazy. Irrational hatred and bizarre temper. They're like, this power is mine. This guy must be getting up in age. Wizard. D100. A scar. And then mental. 2. Catchphrase. The wizard has a catchphrase. I like it. New politician. $40. A broken nose. And their mental quirk. I feel like not everyone's supposed to have a mental quirk, but I don't know. I'm gonna roll them and then maybe I'll omit them later. A bizarre temper. Now this is the Mussolini dude. A scar. $7. A phobia. It must be why they hate, obviously what he's afraid of has something to do with mutants, and thinks that it's something to do with chaos. Now, I just kind of wished that the chaos cultist was actually the politician. How good that would be. That his son-in-law that he gave the thing to was a chaos cultist. Let me see something. Yeah, it's different music. Add track. Fanport. Which ones can I grab? I mean, this one's Drummer Boy. Yeah, I can rock with this. Okay, so mercenary. $69. Missing digit. Delusions. Okay. $29 and 3. A ragged ear. And a compulsion. The Murderous Bandit King. $64. Missing eyebrows. And a 4 is a delusion. And lastly, the Knight. 88 and 2. I think they have a catchphrase. Yeah, they have a catchphrase. And what is the physical? 88. A huge nose. Okay. Still okay. Now they all have quartz. Uh, 90, 10. 15. Wow, the alpha has a huge court. Interesting. How do I change the zoom? I don't know. Okay. Next one is up is 2. I'll just do it that way. Two is 0. Seven. Oh, 1 second. Ha! I was able to mute myself before that sneeze. The wizard 7 has 8 people with them. Is this the first politician or older one? The first. 9. 12. They each have 12. Hey, it's up, Florian. You pay attention to what I'm about to say next. Okay. Lorem Ipsum. Get out of here, dude. You're the villain. Let's see, this mercenary got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. So 0. 6 is 6. 2 is 1. And the knight is 3. 1. Okay. I'll define the quartz later. I don't think it's that important yet. I think the titles would be interesting, because they might lend credence to which zones are run by who.
Yo, we gotta go, man. Come on, let's go. We gotta get our stuff ready. We're going to fucking Tokyo!
Import over 100 tracks from SoundCloud to Fanburst. Autocrat. Oh wait, these are D100s. 65. King. 41, Gildemeister. $34 is Emperor. $10 is Baron. $20 is Captain. A Baron servant to a Captain? We'll see. 90 is Azar. Um, 87 is Czar. Um, 59 Imperator. And 79 is Prince. Okay. This is the part I've been waiting for. The parties. So we determine the nature of the relationship. Then we determine how long it lasted. And then we roll on the table to determine the cause of the relationship. Weave the events given to relationships into a recent history of the area. So I think at this point, we need to start giving people provinces. So we've already agreed. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to do it this way. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Okay. We're going to edit it this way, just as ideas. Oops. Let's make some layers so we don't fuck it up. We're gonna do it this way, just like short little labels. It's not based off Gearbox. It's just based off Warhammer. Where's the elf? Would the elf be up here? I'm thinking the elf's up here. Who controls the valley is the question. Who controls that fertile valley right there? Well, let's look at some motivations of people around it, right? It must be mine are good ones. The elf wants control of the valley. So I think this is... The elf from the forest makes sense. Yeah, the good guy knight in the valley is obviously... Yeah. Aw, dude, that's so good. Just like as quick little labels. Which also means then ambitious elf is right here. Who are my other dudes? A bunch of mercenaries and my wizard. Oh yeah, my wizard. So that means I have a bandit. I have a bandit. I have 2 bandits, 2 mercenaries, and a knight. This bandit just wants to hold on to their lands. So I think the bandit's gonna go here in the middle. We'll put Coward Bandit as its name for now. Oh, that's the mercenary who's shitty. Oh, that's even better. Coward mercenary. That's the give me liberty or run away. The true nobility one. We have our knight. So it's actually just our bandits and mercenaries that need to get set up, right? Eventually, I will be redoing the map in a way that's more suitable for long-term play, but right now this is kind of just like get everything on the board, see where things fall, and then adjusting accordingly from there. So it's kind of like phase 1. Encroaching on the fortress, yeah. Yeah. No, I already did the coward mercenary, right? So these guys are all bandits or mercenaries. So which one's which? Who's the old bandit? The old bandit's power is mine. They must have this middle realm. They must have this one. I'm gonna call it Chill Bandit. I didn't do a transformation. I don't know why you're asking me that. The Death to Monsters one's in the south. Like, for sure. And then the last one is that middle region. The Bandit. The Open Book Bandit. I'll put Open Bandit. Proton, you asked, did you make up the goals? Well, I didn't make them up per se as so much as generated them randomly based on this Renegade Crowns supplement. So now that we have our relationships and where everyone is, now we can start forming our where everyone's territories are. Now we can start looking at relations. Split princes into groups that have relations. Areas with small number of princes, 1 prince per group. Makes sense. So let's do Chill Bandit and Death to Monsters Bandit or Merc, right? In other words, oh, I should know what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna color code these. This is really hard to do all on one monitor, so you guys can see it in real time. But I'm doing it for you. Please don't shrink that. Okay, there we go. This is Chill Bandit. Wizard's purple. This is the pink dude. This is the bright orange dude. Here's the noble Death of the Monsters. The coward mercenary. The Open Book Bandit, and then my good guy knight. Fucking good guy knight. Oh, that guy said so good. So, good guy knight and elf must have a relationship. Let's do that one first. Now that we have some ideas here, let's make a new tab. Let's call it relationships. So relationships are between 2 people. So let's do GG Knight and elf. So between our mercenary. So between our mercenary and our empiric knight, between 3 and 11. We have to determine the nature of their relationship. So we roll a d10. Hatred. Length of relations. 30. A year. Why are they hating? Why do they hate each other? One. They were former friends. Fuck. Oh man, so the elf obviously betrayed him. Elf obviously betrayed the knight in some way. They were former friends. That's very sad. Let's do elf and the open bandit, right? The bandit who doesn't keep any secrets. One more time, open bandit. They just want progeny. They just want to grow up. This person just wants to keep their shit together. They just want to hold what they have. And they just want to give it to their children. So, we roll why we hate each other. Another d10 roll. 5. Fear. Fear one another. Or one fears the other. 67. 5 years. Oh man, so the knight and elf recently changed. Oh, this must be it. The elves also knew. So clearly the elf took over this land. The elf took over this region just like out of nowhere. And so now everyone's afraid. Maybe the elf was a faction in that territory. And now only recently there was a coup, and obviously whatever the reason, I have to think about this much more in time. But yeah, so the elf and knight, they were consuls. Like they liked each other. And then the elf took over, and then the elf just completely just turncoated on the knight. And now I think the bandit guy also had, maybe they were like supplying them through the woods, or like they knew each other about like the skirmishes through the woods and stuff. And now he's afraid of the elf's ambition. Maybe. Let's see the reason. Let's see what the reason is, and that'll help explain. Reasons, grounds for fear. Aggression. Perfect. Yep, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. The relationship between the old politician and the elf. D10. Bitterness. Wait. Oh yeah, the old politician, elf, and old politician and knight will all have one. So old politician and elf, they have a bitterness relationship. Length of relationship, 70. 5 years. This makes sense. Alright, take care, drummer. I totally think that the elf must have taken over 5 years ago. Yeah, so something happened 5 years ago. where the elf took over, and everyone's like, oh boy. And the elf was like, no, don't worry, it's cool, Knight. It's cool. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about it. And then, wham, they did something. They must have taken some land. They must have... Oh, that's good. Okay, so why are they bitter? Why is the old politician bitter to the elf? Seven, treachery. Yeah, this elf screwed over everyone. The prince was actually betrayed in the purest sense. Perhaps an ally invaded his lands, or a hostage he cared about was killed. Yeah. The elf killed the person who... Okay. Oh my god. Okay. So here's what happens. I think this is what happens. I think old politician was setting up a plan, working with the guy who the elf usurped to take over Good Guy Knight's stuff. They had an alliance. Then out of nowhere, elf guy kills him, being like, new guy's in town. What's up? And now they're bitter because he killed his ally, and now they have to like rework everything. Oh, this is good. Old politician and Good Guy Knight. What's the nature of their relationship? Isn't the new elf here? Maybe he was allied with the old politician and he was supposed to wipe out Good Guy Knight but left him with half his territory? Yeah, I might have to think about it some more. You're right. I might have to think about it some more. Type of relation is bitterness again. Dude, this old politician's bitter to everybody. Length, 95. 25 years? That might not make sense considering the knight hasn't been around that long. Maybe they have. I really feel like the valley was supposed to be a gift. There's some sort of like, here's the lineage. Something was supposed to be happening here. Maybe the gift for the knight was that this land was supposed to be taken, and then the elf was, or like the people in the elf's territory was supposed to be like, oh, this is bad. We need to invade. You can't do that. And then all of a sudden the elf like did something that betrayed both of them because it's an elf. And what's the reason for the bitterness? D10. 9. Okay, disfavored son. The knight is the politician's son? Oh. Dude, this politician's been around and he's been giving away these lands to his buddies, to his cronies. Oh, man. And that's why I think the elf killed the person who was supposed to be the crony. Like, the crony stepped in to take over the territory of the elf, and the elf was like, nope. So the elf and the old politician are not on good terms at all. Oh, that's good. That's really good. How about the cowardly mercenary and the old politician? Six. hatred. Wow. Length of their relationship. 64. 5 years. Yo, something happened 5 years ago. I'm telling you. Something happened 5 years ago. Just don't know what it is yet. 64. I think it was this some sort of secession thing. And ruined everything. Some sort of will. Hatred. And the source of the hatred. Former friends. Oh man. So clearly there was some sort of balance of power that existed beforehand, and and 5 years ago something happened. And then 1 year ago the elf and the knight had a falling out. Oh man. So clearly the politician had something going on 5 years ago about some sort of like oh, it's like a balkanization. Well, let's look at this politician again, right? Let's look at the by my command, right? Clearly, okay, so he doesn't really have as much. He doesn't have a power ambition. He's just a jerk, and everyone just kind of realizes he's a jerk, and they've been kind of just like, now that we got our land, we're not going to do anything. And so he just keeps rabble-rousing, and nothing's happening. So let's do old politician and new politician. What's their relationship like? It's probably... I'm going to let the dice decide. 2. I think that's also hatred. No, that was 6. 2 is bitterness. Two years ago. So the relationship changed 2 years ago. Well, it's D10. Disfavored son. Old politician's plan for grand unification was thwarted. Yeah. So remember, they're related, and it's an in-law. So I don't think disfavored son works here. I'm gonna roll again. Spurned lover? What? What? Oh my god. Is the new politician the old politician's, like, ex-wife? The father never loved him. Now the prince is going to show his father not to be brothers. He's the own principality now, and his relatives will suffer for their neglect. No, I like the spurned lover. It's even better. It's his wife, dude. It's his wife. He got divorced. Like, he gave a principality or something for her or something like that. Yeah, I mean, it could be gay stuff. I'm totally cool with gay stuff. That, or maybe no, it's an in-law and they actually love each other. Yeah, actually, that's really good. That's actually super good. No, I'm doing that. I'm actually keeping the spurned lover. They're in-laws that are actually in love with each other. That sounds super Warhammer. Wow. Shit. Okay. Let's look at some more diplomatic relations. What's the chill bandit and the open bandit? I say chill because he doesn't have dreams of conquest. This bandit's been around forever. This bandit's been around the block for a while. So let's look at these between these two. Nine. Vengeance. Fuck. Reasons for avenging. Vengeance. A vengeful prince is intent on inflicting punishment and extracting compensation for a wrong. Roll on the table 221. Things to avenge. Okay. 10. An insult. They were insulted. How long ago? An insult. From 66. I love this shit. I love just this world building. 5 years ago. Oh, things fell apart 5 years ago. Obviously, the chill bandit insulted the open bandit, right? So, like, the guy who just wants to keep things together and being like, this is my place. Everything's fine. Things are going to be great. 5 years ago was a tumultuous time. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Welcome, by the way. We were bringing up the point that we think that this old politician... so this old politician's been around forever. And we think that they had this idea of donating all of this land to sort of like, you know, his kids or his progeny or friends. Like he donated this land to the knight. He brought in an old in-law who actually he had an affair with. And then something happened. Oh man, things are falling apart. So let's do the cowardly mercenary and the chill bandit. Nature of their relationship. 42. Oh, it's a D10. 4. Obviously it's the same thing. Envy. So let's remind myself. I need to remind myself of the cowardly mercenary. They're a secret agent. They also want to bring death to monsters. And they're haughty and love to insult people. So they're jealous. They're jealous of the open bandit. What are they jealous of? The bandit with no secrets just wants to have his progeny. I don't know. Let's see. A 10. Let's see what the source of their envy is with a 10. Vast wealth. And when did this start? 51. Let me guess, 5 years ago. 2 years ago. Okay, so clearly, I think the elf paid off the bandit. Okay, so something happened 5 years ago, and this elf betrayed people. Well, okay. So 5 years ago, the elf took power over a kingdom that they probably weren't supposed to. They disposed the person who was supposed to go. The person supposed to go, meaning the person the old politician wanted to put in charge. The old politician and the elf have a bitter relationship because of treachery. The elf and the open bandit have a politician of fear, which makes sense because the elf betrayed the person, took some lands, and now is like, what's up? What's up, cousin? And thinks they're going to take the rest of the woods and think that they're sort of like divine, which would make sense. Some sort of divine mandate and force them to take the woods. The old politician and the cowardly mercenary to their south, also former friends. Man. The knight that inherited... this is my favorite one. The old politician and the knight. They're related. And the knight never got its upcoming as a knight. And finally is like snubbing off the old politician. Let's see. Oh, that was the chill. Oh, they envied. Oh, wait, that makes sense because the chill bandit's been chilling. The chill bandit hasn't been doing much. They're like a peaceful kingdom, the peaceful bandit kingdom of the Borderlands that is shitty and horrible. Just technically robbing people of trade. You know, any trade between places they'll take. Let's see. Coward Merc and Open Secret Bandit. What's their relationship? So between these two. 4. Envy. Is this guy just... Oops. Is this guy just jealous of everybody? 56. 2 years ago. Part of me just wants to make this vast wealth. Just because it would make sense. He like finally looked around and realized how wealthy everyone is compared to him. And he was like, oh shit. Yeah, I literally rolled a wizard, Strauss. I literally rolled a wizard. I got a wizard on the roll. It was the third one out of the gate, a 99. I even got an elf. To get a race for an elf is literally a 1 out of 100 chance as well. Let's see. Where's my envy? I rolled a 4, which is a glorious reputation. Is the mercenary jealous of the reputation? What is the reputation of the bandit? They're jealous. Okay, let me look at this. Our bandit wants a place for their children. And they did something with their secrets to get exposed. I think whatever this bandit did to get their secrets exposed, I think the cowardly mercenaries, like, jealous. Because they're so petty. No, I think wealth. I really like the idea of wealth. That he kind of just woke up one day and kind of realized that how broke he is compared to everyone else. Now our bandits aren't legitimate. What's the relationship between the chill bandit and our fighting mercenary. Let's do a 10. Interesting. War. Okay. When did the war start? Okay, this war's been going on for quite some time. What happened to my PDFs? I'll just redo it. Here we are. So it's a war. What was the reason for war? Two parties are actually at war right now? Oh wait, I have to look up how long they've been at war. That's what I needed to do. 78. 10 years. And what was the reason for the war? Cause of war. A 5. Fear. $10. Personal power. Okay, so there's literally a war going on between these two, right? There's a war. An actual war. Oh man, so it's like just these guys are fighting a bunch of things. They're fighting all the monsters and stuff from the swamps and the hills and the mountains, as well as fighting a war against the kingdom to the next of them, to the left of them. They're like on their own. Shit. Cool. Let's just save some stuff. Dang. Okay. I'm pretty okay and satisfied with how far we've gotten today. Kind of the last part to do, and I just don't have time for it. I'm like kind of dying at 10:30 tonight. Would be the communities in the places and coming up with what each community is in each of the realms and towns. So I'll probably do that some other point this week. I know I'm gonna be busy Friday, and tomorrow's Thursday. I'll be busy, so I might do it Saturday night. I'll try to return to this Saturday night, everybody. But hopefully I will see you all Friday for a special Once Upon a Game, and then Saturday is Olympus Overdrive, and then Sunday, of course, is Burning Crowns. And so all the games, all the time. So thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed me creating this stupid little realm here that'll eventually turn into some sort of Warhammer mercenaries deal with internal politics of princes game. So it'll be fun. All right, so that's it. That's it for me today. Take care, everyone.